like to say that I think it is quite a very good one that Mohamed Shaban gets to land on that very deal with Al Hilal. They are playing a very competitive football there. He started from a grassroots down here, and every other person did have trust in him. He had a lot of ups and downs. There are times he did, there was one time or twice he did travel out of Ugandan boundaries to also try football, but things literally didn't work out so well for him. So basically he came back and tried working hard and all that, and I think through hard work that is what has landed him today at where he is currently. We all did see that yesterday, and to me it's quite a very good move because he has already established himself in Uganda. He did finish as a top scorer. That was last season. The other season, some other season, we did see him chasing as the second top scorer and all that. So basically I think he is done with making a brand and building his names back home here, and he needs to also test the waters overseas. It's quite a very good one, although it's going to be a little bit challenging and a very competitive one for him in Al Hilal, because look at the squad of Al Hilal. They have a very huge squad, a very versatile players, very I should say experienced players, so it's quite going to be a little bit challenging for him working with the international players and all that with the vast experiences.
Okay, very interesting one, of course, for him, but he has a lot because it's the team that is in Libya. So the Libyan side, I don't think it's going to be a very hard one for him. He's coming in as a star, I should say, after he's gotten around 24 caps into the national team of Uganda, and doing a lot of things means that this man, Mohamed Shaban, has all what it takes to prove every other person wrong or prove them correct in a very big way through. But all in all, if you look at the consistency level of Mohamed Shaban when he has been in the teams, you would say that this guy has whatever it takes to move wherever he needs. Now, my challenge has always been the knee injury, the surgery that was done. You know, when the surgery is done, trust me, whether you like it or no, you will still have not longer time to play for the expected years. But his surgery was done, and most of the times it's the artificial turf that, of course, makes this fail, or it affects them. So Shaban now is out of reach, I should say. But my question is, why only 1 year? Why only 1 year? Is it just maybe a test that is coming through? He weighed all this and looked into that this is having the best money?
I think the money bit of it counts, and then also trying to play on a new environment, of course getting the other experiences out there and all that is literally something that I should say he also did consider in there. 1 year, we've seen a lot of players who go in and sign a lot of years, 3 years, 4 years, and then at the end of the day you see the contract being terminated or they are being released by the club. In most cases they don't finish up the long-term years that they get to sign in for. So I think for Mohamed Shaban, he is one person now who understands football. He understands football so well and all that, and that is why he has put 1 year pen to paper. And I think this is something that can be extended or is open to renewal. That is going to be based on his performances, and we all trust him. We all trust the process. He literally also trusts his own self and the process. So basically, why he did sign 1 year is he understands football, and especially with these outside clubs, with these international clubs, where they can give you a lot of years, but when you are not delivering, the club gets to release you, and when you're released on that basis, it's quite a little bit hard to get into another club. It's very hard for clubs to come through and sign you and all that. So basically, I think he looked at that, and for the fact that he now understands football so well, be it home, Ugandan football, outside, I think that is why he did that. He wants to assess his performance within the 1 year and then see what comes after that.
It was an unveiling moment on the X and, of course, the social handles, including website, and, of course, the team had to put a statement like this: from East Africa straight to North, or to shine always. And Ugandan international striker Mohamed Shaban is a player in the ranks of Al Hilal Sports Club, and that is a club statement that came in from Al Hilal as they were unveiling. Now, what shocked me is one of the fans of that is Al Hilal in the X or on the social was like, oh my eyes, and oh my God. Like the fan was crazy about Shaban's coming. Do we see that is going to be a surface that is so welcoming for him, because fans are already reacting so much to see that this player is the player they've been yearning for?
Now, I think that is quite very good for him. It already shows that he's welcomed into the club. It already shows that he's going to have a very warm environment to work with, very lovely people that already have accepted him just on his unveiling in there. So basically, it's very interesting to work with people that literally have been yearning to work with you. In this, work becomes very smooth. So basically, we shouldn't really be surprised now when Shaban goes there and shines the more, because now he used to shine back here in the country because he had he had lots of fan base and all that, and now getting to cross the other side, we would get a little bit worried, because maybe we're going to think the other side is not going to get that huge fan base like he has been getting back home here and all that. But then the reaction of the fans, just like you have told us, Owen, is something that to me is also very good. It keeps enticing him, it keeps pushing him and giving him the energy to also give back to the fans that are very welcoming, the fans that are already very excited to have him. This way, both sides definitely will work out so well, and it's going to be a very good one for him that literally will also push on to his performances.
The question is, how is the Libyan league? How exactly is the Libyan league? Is it so competitive? And that is one thing. But Shaban is 27 years of age, and he will be clocking 28 after playing one full season. So let's look at that. Would that mean that Mohamed Shaban still will be a player to also sign maybe another year at the club, or even move to another club again to get another sign-on fee?
I think basically for the fact that he did sign a one-year deal, this now all counts down to the reason, or if someone was looking for a reason as to why he did sign one-year deal. I think he also looked at his age, and that's where I also did say that his understanding of football comes in. Literally, he knows that after one season of playing anywhere, probably if it couldn't be Al Hilal, he would be clocking at 28. And basically, when clubs come in for players, they normally look at very young players. They look at the age bit of it. They are looking at people, of course, that will be easy to deal with, people that will take in corrections very smoothly and all that, with their coaches and all that. So basically, I think clocking 28 after one season, from there, we should be expecting a change from Mohamed Shaban, because you've seen a few players play past that age, or even up to 30 or past 30 and all that. So basically, since we still have, he or us, we still have that one full year before he clocks 28, we should be able to ascertain what actually awaits him after this season, because now from there we shall be literally, we shall be able to understand what awaits him. We shall be able to guess what will come next after he clocks that very age, because at that age there are very few people who still are energetic. There are very few people who are still attached to highly ranked clubs.
Yeah, indeed, that's one big thing. But of course, he is just a matter of proving himself. I know when he does that, he can negotiate for a better deal, a juicy deal that would help him, of course, reach out to wherever he wants to reach. It's all on to what exactly Shaban will be doing for Al Hilal in the Libyan league. Now, of course, these are the top tiers in Libya who also achieved very big. But Mohamed Shaban has 3 goals so far for Uganda national team after, of course, one of them is the recent one that you saw him score against Botswana. Now that gives him a chance to see what exactly he needs to push, because one of the biggest thing is seeing how you're going to be working with your team that work together. That's the togetherness. But he joins now a couple of names, because there's also Mohamed bin Salim, who has been signed by this team. Magad bin Adi and Ashraf Al-Mashi have all joined this team, and Mohamed Shaban now moves in there. Even Muhammad Khalil has also been another name right there. Still about Shaban, this man is coming back to Uganda as a different player of Al Hilal, not a Uganda and a football club, maybe a club player. Now he is going to be facing Chitara. You saw how he was stiff with Dennis Omedi fighting for the Golden Boot. He's going to face Dennis Omedi again if he's not going to make any transfer against the team. Al Hilal is battling it up against Chitara, and Shaban is coming back to Uganda at Nambole Stadium to play against Chitara. What are you expecting?
We should be expecting one goal from Mohamed Shaban. There is if the coach the other side
concluded
will that quick, because now he will definitely have support here in fans. He will definitely have support from El Hilal side. So basically having double support and coming back home at where you are a star, a rainmaker, you finished the top scorer ahead of the team that actually you will be coming to play. Basically this is going to be a very huge one for Mohamed Shaban. So just like you have said, I have already concluded we should be expecting a goal from Mohamed Shaban, because just like I had said, if the coach the other side of El Hilal will trust him, just like the coach, just like Mubiru did, Mohamed Shaban will definitely want to score a goal. We all know how hard he works when he always meets his former employees, or when he always meets his former people that he has worked for. So now that he just crossed the other side and will be coming back home to play, trust me, he will literally want to surprise everyone by scoring in a goal. He will work so hard to score a goal against Chitara.
It's going to be a double-legged game in the Confederation Cup, and Shaban, the Al Hilal, will be coming to Uganda on the 16th, before, of course, the second leg, or the second leg that will be on 18th of 2024 at that is in Libya. So a lot of things that we should be expecting to see from this very player. He's energetic, he's skillful, he knows what to do, he is always on point, and at the same time he knows positioning in the ability and match and the ball anticipation has been one key moment for him. Yeah, so that is one big I can tell you about Shaban. Now let's leave Shaban saga and cross over to Sports Club Villa saga, where of course you saw the man by the names of Stanovic has been fired. Dusan has been fired, and according to a close source, it is said that this coach was fired due to indiscipline cases. And the indiscipline case, according to what I've gotten, is because he didn't travel back with the team. Now, Stanovic Dusan has been a player who has had what is called problems when they went to Dar es Salaam. Remember, the team had gone for Kagame Cup, and they accumulated 5 points. But when the team was coming back, he said he was not, because when he reached, he was sick. He felt a little bit ill. For treatment, he said for his purpose, he could not really make sure that he moves back on bus, because the team wanted them to go back on bus or by bus. And I was like, why don't we fly back to Uganda? Because I'm not feeling well, which did not go well with the hierarchy of the team of Sports Club Villa. Now, this gentleman did not travel with the team, instead flew off to his home for treatment. And when he was checked, he was got having a bacterial infection, according to the reports coming right there. Now, which, if you look at his farewell or the message that is put, you would see that there are a lot of emotions attached there. It was so hard. But this couldn't work well with the hierarchy, and they had to dismiss him. But at the same time, it is said that even after all this, there were already his previous also indiscipline cases that have costed. So for me, I conclude like maybe they were looking for that loophole that will one day surface, and indeed it has surfaced. So Villa now without head coach, but instead Mori Biekwaso takes on as an interim coach. But now he will be taking the team. What next for Villa? What next for Dusan Stanovic, who is no longer a player, I mean a coach of Villa?
I think this, when I actually learned on this very story, it was quite a shocker to me, because this is one person who literally has sacrificed a lot, who has helped in, there is other team, Soccer Club Villa a lot. This is a coach that literally came to Villa, that was last year, and he has only stayed there for 1 year. and his contract gets to be terminated in there based on indiscipline cases, just like you have said. I think this is quite a very huge one, and if you look at just the indiscipline case that you have discussed, I think it literally would be something very small to everyone to judge and say Soccer Club Villa is being ungrateful. Soccer Club Villa literally hurried to, of course, terminate his contract. But you also did guide us to the fact that all this have compiled, like it has been quite a huge compilation of all these things. So basically, I think he already did for Villa. He led Villa to winning in their 17th cup title. That is a UPL, and after a very long time, we did see Villa also come through and winning that exactly, and there is a decent in there. So I think we shouldn't judge, because these people are the ones who have been working with him. There could be a very long compilation of indiscipline cases, because if you look at this particular one that he just did, or that you just gave us, to me, this is something that is light that actually would just be rubbished off. But then, just like I had said, the indiscipline cases could have compiled and all that. You know, there are a lot of people that grow horns after, of course, achieving great. So you start thinking that these people are like this because of me. If I wasn't there, probably they could win. They couldn't win last season and all that. So you feel because of an achievement, or because of the work terms that both of you have made, they gave you the job and you did also perform your part. You feel now, yeah, this all works out because of you. So a lot of people, even players, becoming disciplined when they get to achieving, when they get to scoring goals, and all that. There are very few who stick to remaining very disciplined after achieving a lot. So basically, I think that is also something that did affect him. And yeah, we've seen the contract be terminated, and they have also trusted in Wekwaso in their literally local, not a foreign coach this time around. And I think he will definitely perform, because we've all known his history, we've known the past, and just like Soccer Club Villa, we also would like to wish him the best in his next endeavors.
Okay, of course he will be serving as the head coach on interim basis right now, but I think Molly is a good coach who is right there to also make sure that he can prove the world what exactly he can do right there at he was, I think, at KCC also. We saw him do well. But all in all, not only now the coach, there are also several players who, by the way, quit this team, including, of course, Kenneth Semakula, Gavin Kizito, Joseph Kavumbe, and Umar Lutalo, all left the club. Should we say still it's problem of the players because they felt they had won this for the team? Should we say also maybe the club has also challenges, or they're trying to strategize things? Because I always say there's nobody, no employee who is going to be bigger than a company, whether you are who, because even if the proprietor of the company dies, still the company continues running. So that shows you that how a company will be bigger than even the person who owns a company. That is where it comes from, because at last, when you even if you stop the business, the name still remains. That shows you how energetic and powerful, strong the company is.
We did see a few of Villa's players, I think too, that literally did have issues just when people had gone in for a break after there is them winning in the league title there. And basically the reasons also why these people had issues was, I think, in discipline cases where they refused to, I think, come in for training, claiming that they had not received the allowances of winning in the trophy. And then the question also dawned on me that were they the only two that worked so hard to see that the team acquired this trophy? No, it was teamwork. Every other attached to the club did push through, did put in that, did put in the energy, did put in the investment, did put in the time and all that, and hard work to see to it that the team did achieve that. So basically, I think there is a lot of discipline cases that basically is happening at Villa, and this now comes down to what I actually had said earlier on. People start growing horns when they start achieving. People start growing horns when they feel now they're being they're being praised, like they feel this is happening because of them, and no one can now tamper with them. They can behave anyhow they want and all that. So Villa should literally go back to the drawing board and check their players plus the rest of the technical people.
All right, now that's one big one. Let's get to some of the transfers. Now, in the weekend, We also did see a report about KCCA's, of course, Mustafa Kiza. Kiza has come to KCCA for the second stint, but still you will see that he again has moved away. What exactly does that mean? He had paid a 2 years contract after he left, that is Montreal Impact, coming back. But now pending 2 years, he has even not yet, I think, he has just gotten there. If you look at his departure, because he confirmed that this was confirmed, yes, and now he will be looking for a new, of course, a new place to start his work. But on his X, he really put that was a very big one, and he bid the farewell. Where next for him?
It's something that a little we could be wondering where next for him, because he's one player that I would say now his energy is really going down the drain, because Mustafa Chiza literally was quite a very huge player back then in the days, playing for the national team and getting to cross boundaries and playing out there. We did see he did not do so well at one time. They loaned him back to KCCA where they had bought him from and all that, and he did perform so well at the end of the season. We did see some little bit of scuffle where KCCA now wanted him, but the other guys were I think doubling the monies that they did pick him from KCCA and all that. So all that saga did go down, and from that time Mustafa Chiza is one guy that has literally been silent. Following his track. He has not been very energetic. He has not been performing literally just like back in the olden days. So I think just like I had said, age plus the energies and all that are really getting to go down the drain. And where next for him is something that we shall be following very closely. It could be that he will still remain within Uganda. It could be that he would also surprise us by crossing the borders of Uganda and going in to feature in an international team outside there. So basically for now, Worcester Time Desk ears are glued on the ground. We're literally following where next he will go to.
Let's wait and see, but that's not only that, because a lot of things are coming now. If you look at KCCA, right now that means they're left with, I should say 3, others say 2, but seeing 3, there's Tube Rogers, there's Herbert Achai and Issa Mobiru, whom they signed recently as in the left back position. But at the same time at Lugazi, the newly promoted Uganda Premier League side, has also announced the signing of Bashir Asiku on a 2 years contract from Gaddafi, and this is a very big player. He's a former under 17 and under 20, of course, international defender, who has of course previously also played for Vipers, if you remember very well, and he came through of course the junior team of that is Wachiso Giants, so he crosses over right there. Sempiji is trying to strategize his team, because that's not the only signing he has so far made. There's Coach Sempiji, who has gotten names like striker Ian Amanya, then there's Emmanuel Obua, then there's Dennis Lumowa, there's Rogers Adrico, and there's Nelson Mandela, and not forgetting Sharif Saka. He always loves moving with this player. I remember in Arua Hill he also came with this player. Mbarara, you could see. So this time around he's also at Lugazi, and he moves with Sharif Saka. That is one big moment. How do you rate Lugazi come this season?
Lugazi is one side that literally is trying to build themselves, because they have they're a team that has tested the waters over the biggest tier of football in Uganda. There is a UPL in there, so they got relegated, went to big league, and now they make a return into there is a UPL. So basically they know and understand that if you leave yourselves with other players over there is a big league, you cannot manage the pressure, and you cannot manage the pressure and the competitiveness over UPL games and the fixtures plus other clubs in there. So they know the type of players that literally need to swim through the challenges over there is a UPL. That's why they are doing a lot of recruitments in there. If you look at the team of Lugazi, you'd basically get to realize that most of their good players, they are also a club that has released in a couple of players, by the way, and they are doing in a lot of value. So basically I think they understand, they are molding themselves to be concrete, to be able to manage the pressure that, of course, will come at UPL. So with Sempichi coming in there with his unveiling and the people that literally has moved with, and that list that you just gave us, Mr. Owen, I think Lugazi is one side that literally needs to be watched at. Just like the new entrants that we did get last season, the likes of the NEC football clubs, the Chitaras and all that, Lugazi is also another new entrant, I would say, that we should watch come Star Times Uganda Premier League season 2024-2025.
You've just talked about new former new entrants, NEC Food Club. They currently called the free-flowing money spenders, big spenders, and they are free-spending NEC Football Club. I'm talking about now. As we talk, they have also signed an experienced players into their books. One of them is Paul Muchirezi and Mutiaba, of course, Muzamir, who has crossed to this side. And then, of course, they have also signed Okao and Baiga. Not forgetting Ismail Kawawulo, who of course has been named some of the names among others, but of course they are one big side in there, and they let go of names like Tony Chiveru, Gavin Mobutu, Sulaiman Sesazi, and then there's also Michael Okiria, Brian Kayanja, John Paul Ochida, Innocent Asimwe, Ramos, of course Hamza Sempa, and not forgetting of course Tavin Cheyune, have all been let go by the team of NEC Football Club. Dudu and Hussein Malangu are doing everything possible to see that they have experience also in their team. Are you seeing them still another threat come next season?
They were literally a very huge threat. That was last season, something no one expected, because if you look at their big league journey as to how they climbed in the ladder to come through to make that very huge entry into UPL season 2023-2024, basically it was quite a very huge one for them. And their entrance into there is a UPL was a big shocker. Their performances and all that, plus of course the signings that Dudu and Balangu did. Now that Dudu gets to acquire in new skills, we did see him enroll in for some coaching and all that. I think with the signings, they will also make a mistake somewhere somehow if they're not very careful, because their one side, I remember one time we were discussing their signings here, and you literally also said that their side that now is signing people just far, and when you sign in people just anyhow like that, trust me, you get to hit a snag, because basically someone is hyped the other side a little bit, you feel, yeah, we should add that when you bring on board. And then at the end of the day, there are a lot of people that you have brought, and then these people become surpluses to there is the club. And then these are the same people that will start fighting in for playtime. You'll find that someone you signed at a very huge amount of money gets no playtime. Basically, they also go there, sit and relax, no performances, no good results and all that. So, but for right now, I think they're doing quite well. They're doing a very good add-ons into the team. They are one side that we should also watch when this other season starts.
It's a very interesting one now, of course, for teams are getting here and there. But yesterday, we also did see the Kenyan side coming to play against Viper Sports Club in a game where you did see the game starting with, of course, opener of teams. It was the legendary game that came through, and the Samson Sizo Kutis were all called in there to start up and to see how, of course, they could. But interestingly, Niko Kavazovic got his first win after, of course, they beat Team Kenya Police by 2-0. That win was another big one, of course, that saw them. But familiar figures like Alfred Leku, who has just joined Kenya Police, Toa Rashid, were all in this contest right there. Now, all what happened is that the team is doing. But for the coach, he says they are really, they really showed the place, they showed what exactly it was, but they still felt this is not enough. He says, the new coach says, Kavazovic says, this is not yet enough, and the players have to do a lot more to see that they are dedicated to, that is the more of the chances. So could we say his words are encouraging? Should we say it is true that he feels his team is not yet?
The team is doing quite well, but I know as a coach, when you get to praise people here and there, you get to see a lot of indiscipline cases. People stop performing, thinking that yeah, they finally arrived, and basically I think that is what is affecting Villa. We have seen a lot of indiscipline cases coming through from the coach, from players, and all that. Basically because they did win and they feel yeah they've arrived, so every other person is acting bossy here and there. Basically, I think praising the people right now would literally bring in horns for everyone. So for the words that he has said, the team is not yet doing enough. They literally need to work hard, much as they did win yesterday's game. I think it's quite a very good one, quite very encouraging to see that every other person gathers their courage and gathers in their energy to push through to the season that is yet to start. But it was quite a very good one.
Very good indeed. That's what I can tell you. But of course, with this, we are going to be